Hi, I'm Firdaus. Today we're going to be talking about brand architecture. And if you've missed the last episode where Hanafi is talking about business model canvas, don't forget to tune into that. So launching a new product or service is part and parcel of building a business. The problem is when you're doing this, when you're launching something new, where do you place it? Do you put it under the same brand, same umbrella of brands that you have? Do you leverage on other brands that you have? Do you launch something completely new? So these are the things that you need to consider, and this is what we're talking about when we talk about brand architecture. So what exactly is brand architecture? Essentially, we're talking about how your brands are related to each other and how they're positioned to the market. So careful consideration needs to be done at brand architecture when you're deciding your brand architecture, because it can either launch your business to a completely new height, or it can even damage how you're going to progress with your business. So I'm going to give you 3 types of brand architecture. The first one is monolithic, or we call it the branded house. So there's a lot of these going out there. For example, Apple or Google or FedEx, right? You have all these brands that are have a lot of sub-brands under them, and they all carry the same name. Take Google, for example. So within Google, you have a lot of these other brands that are appended or attached to Google, right? So you have Google Meet, Google Drive, Google Chrome, Google Ventures, Google Entrepreneur, I don't know, whatever else is out there. Apple, you have Apple Watch, all the iPods, iSeries, right? iMac, iPod, iPad, iPhone. So that's monolithic. The second type is pluralistic. So within pluralistic, or people also call it a house of brands. So within pluralistic brand architecture, you have examples like Procter & Gamble, Unilever, or L'Oreal. So do you guys know that within Unilever, you have brands like Dove, Wall's Ice Cream, Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream, and so many other brands, even the deodorants, they all fall under the same company. The third type is hybrid. So hybrid, now that you understand monolithic and pluralistic, the hybrid brand architecture is a combination of both. So one very good example that I can bring up is Disney. Within Disney, you have, of course, Disney's own animation studio, so Walt Disney Animations. But outside of that, you have Fox, you have Marvel, and you have ESPN. You even have Star Wars. So within Fox itself, you have Fox News, Fox Movies, 20th Century Fox, the studio. Within Star Wars, there's plenty of other stuff. Some are crap, some are good. Let's move on. I want to give an example of 2 brands in the automobile industry, Mini Cooper and BMW. Let's look at these 2 brands, which are actually part of the same company. Mini Cooper clearly appeals to the more hip, in fashion, trendy kind of crowd, whereas BMW appeals to those who are established professionals, businessmen, lawyers, and people like that, who have it within their desire to be seen as a social status symbol. It would be if you were to go into a restaurant, right, and you are deciding between if you want to order a soda or plain water or orange juice, right? Say the brands that are offered to you would be Coca-Cola, Minute Maid for orange juice, or Dasani for your mineral water. These are all products of Coca-Cola company. The point I'm trying to make here is, regardless of your choice as a customer, as a consumer, these brand architecture allows the company to capture various target segments, target markets. And even if you are a soda drinker, have a look at this. So if you're a soda drinker and you want to go for, if you're a health-conscious soda drinker, you would go for the Coke Light or Coke Zero. Otherwise, you would go for the options of vanilla Coke or the original flavor. So now that I've gone through about the different types of brand architecture and the examples, let's look at how we're going to make a decision on how to structure your brand architecture. For this, I would strongly suggest you look back at your business strategy and your brand strategy. Let's start with brand strategy. You need to be looking into your audience segments, how your users or your audience goes through their journey through your brand. What are your brand attributes? Do they match up with the different brands that you're going to give birth to? And how is your brand positioned in the market? Which market segments are you capturing? So all that is within your brand strategy. If you look at your business strategy, put more focus on looking at data, how your revenue streams are coming in. Do you want to launch something that is going to appeal to a completely different market that you have not penetrated in? Do you want to retain your current market, therefore giving birth to a brand that is under the umbrella? So these are decisions that you can derive if you look at your business data, your business strategy. The point of this would be make an informed decision. Do not go based on gut feeling. Do not just happily launch a brand here and there without thinking about why or where your new brand is going to be positioned. So I've got 3 takeaways for you out of this video. First thing is to understand that giving birth to a new brand is part and parcel of building a business. You will have to do it eventually. The second takeaway, as I've shared, the 3 different types of brand architecture: monolithic, pluralistic, and hybrid. And the third point, the third takeaway is to look carefully into your brand strategy and your business strategy and the data that you have in order to make informed decisions on how to structure your brand architecture. So thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Brand Like an Expert. I hope to see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, watch our content on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, everywhere on the interwebs. I'll see you next time. Bye.